It's Tuesday morning. Welcome to Deets, Beats, and Dancing Feet. Tips on improving your DJ performance, making your clients' experience a little bit better, and maybe even making just a little bit more money. Hi, my name is Thomas Heath. Today's topic is very simple, but it makes a lot of sense. Scripting. You can either go off the cuff, go off the rails, or you can keep that train headed towards its destination, which is a perfect wedding for your couples and for their guests. I'll be back in just a few moments. Hi, welcome back. Scripting. Why can scripting be so important for you and for your wedding business? Well, first off, if you don't know what you're going to say, you can't really be very eloquent. And as a master of ceremonies, that's kind of our job. Because as many people have said before, you become, and you're taking on the mantle of responsibility of being the face and the voice for every wedding that you perform at. And if you don't know what you're going to say and you're just kind of winging it, you're really not going to be very prepared. You're not going to seem prepared. You're not going to seem practiced, and you're not going to seem professional. Today's episode, I am quite literally not scripting. The first two episodes I did script. And I caught myself reading the pages, and I really wasn't speaking from the heart as much as I guess I should have been. So today's episode, like I said, will be the epitome of what I am telling you not to do at your wedding receptions. Seems kind of funny, but I want to practice being able to say what I want to say and not read what I need to say. That's one of my goals for this year. Scripting. This is what we bring to every one of our events. And this is our Bible at that event. Inside of here, you'll find our timeline, which we create using DJ Event Planner, which is one of our sponsors here for Deets, Beats, and Dancing Feet. And then it goes through, and each page has something that we say the way that we're going to say it. Our first dance, talk a little bit about our couple and their story. Goes into toast introductions, the introduction of dinner. And you see on here in red, we put all of our music cues. So if there's a song that we're going to play or a type of music, we put that there. Here's their cake cutting, and they wanted How Sweet It Is by James Taylor. How we open up the dance floor. They wanted It Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. And then, of course, we end the night with our close and the song that they picked for the end of their night. This really allows us a lot more flexibility and a lot more of an ability to be eloquent, to be prepared, and to be ready for anything that can be thrown at you at a wedding. And I'm sure that you've run into lots and lots of situations, but I'm going to share with you one that just happened to me this last year, that without my script, I really would not have been able to pull this off as well as I did. I'll be back in just a few moments.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
Hey, welcome back. This last summer, I performed a wedding for John and Erica Baez. Not that Baez. John is in the military, and a lot of his wedding party and a lot of her attendants were also military. So we found out the day of the wedding that some of those people weren't able to come. They didn't let me know ahead of time, and that's fine, because they found out at the very last minute that these people weren't going to show up. And so one of the good things about having a script and a pen is that you can make changes on the fly. If you're scripting your events, you're going to have a really good framework to work with. You're going to be able to internalize the pieces and the parts for what you are going to say, how you're going to say it. And then you can just move different pieces or different names into some of those slots. So eventually, you won't even need the script other than to remind you possibly of the names of the people that you're going to be working with. Wedding parties especially, we do an enhanced grand introduction, which we can talk about this later, that tells a little story about each of the attendants for the wedding, because we're not just announcing names at people. I actually talked with a bride at the wedding show last weekend, and she said, I went to a wedding and all they did was they played a song too loud and they yelled names over the song. You couldn't hear their names and you didn't know anything new about the people that they were introducing. That's just not the way we do things here at A+, and I don't think you should either. We'll talk about grand introductions another time. But suffice it to say that the script really, really helped us to be able to get through and change up things on the fly, and still very prepared. We still look professional, and our clients were happy. Their guests had a good time, and everything turned out to be really nice. They wrote us a really nice review on the Knot and on Wedding Wire. I'll be back right after this with your action steps. Here's your action steps. Number 1, plan. There's an old adage, fail to plan, plan to fail, and it really holds true, especially when being the face and voice of a wedding reception. You want to be polished. A wedding deserves that. A wedding deserves an entertainer and a master of ceremonies that is polished, that is professional, that knows what they're doing and is prepared to be able to roll with the punches. Little baby step 1.5, practice carrying a pen. A little pen and a little notepad around in your pocket can really come in handy, especially at a wedding reception when things are always changing. It's a very dynamic environment. Step 2, have your script and your information in multiple locations. We have ours in our notebook. We have it on our computers. So we've got it on our main DJ computer as well as our backup computer. And we also now carry tablets. And I have an iPad that has my script on it. I use my iPad primarily when I'm doing my introductions and my announcements. It just looks a little bit cleaner than having a full notebook. But a notebook is a whole lot better than a clipboard. Get rid of the clipboards, guys. I know that you can get into anywhere if you have a name tag and a clipboard, but still, get rid of the clipboards. And step number 3, make sure that you're finding good quality content. And, you know, if you have to get into a workshop, do it. If you have to buy a DVD, do it. If you have to go on Google and type in Master of Ceremonies scripts, great. But make sure that you personalize it. Like I said last week, be yourself. Don't be a copy of somebody else. No good trainer is going to give you a script and say, do it just this same way. Don't do anything else, because they want you to grow. We'll talk about doing some workshops at another episode, but make sure that you find good quality content and then make it your own. Make it sound and feel like what you want your company to emulate. That's a pretty good action step list. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to overwhelm you with this, because once you start diving into the world of scripting your events, you're going to find it's going to be like, as Randy Bartlett says, drinking from a fire hose. Take what you like, leave what's left, but always revisit and always come back to see me, Thomas Heath, on Deets, Beats, and Dancing Feet every Tuesday morning.